Hello, my name is August.
And my name is Alba. Today we're going to talk about a poem called Harlem, written by a famous African American poet called Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was a man that focused a lot on freedom, human rights, and difference between black and white, and he often came through with his meanings and feelings about this subject through his poems and other texts.
In the poem, Langston uses simile a lot. Every time he uses the word the like, which is 5 times, he simile the dream to something. The dream is compared to a raisin drying in the sun. It's something that's forgotten or have died. There's no hope. He also says it fester like a sore. It gets worse and worse and it won't go away, or it stink of like rotten meat. It's something gross you won't throw away, or like a syrupy sweet. Can be something sticky you can't get rid of, and a heavy load is usually something you have to carry, and since it's heavy, it's really hard to carry it, and a big burden to the one who carry the load.
In the poem, there aren't any persons, but the dream is personified. The dream has human traits. For an example, a dream can't dry in the sun or stink, but in the poem, he suggests that these things can happen to a dream. He also talks about if the dream can fester like a sore, crust and sugar over, explode and run, which are all examples of personifications, cause a dream can't do either.
And both these similes and personifications trick an understanding from the reader's side. It helps us see these connotations. We could, for example, quickly relate a drying raisin to a working slave in the field. We can also relate these heavy loads to a problem, and in this case, maybe a problem for the white people aspect, but even more a problem for the black people side. But the ground problem does not know how the dream will end up.
There aren't a lot of contrast in the poem, but the line or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet is in contrast to the rest of the poem. A syrupy sweet is very sugary and maybe even too sweet, and is in contrast to the stink of rotten meat and of fester.
It tells us that someone or a group of people, not especially Langston himself, has a dream. But as he writes the poem, the reader will see it as a common dream with different hopes. We don't know for sure what the dream is about, but through this understanding, the similes and personification give us, we can tell that Langston is in doubt how this dream will end. Will it end a sweet dream or become a nightmare?
Besides that, we can easily have an idea of the dream after studying Langston. We will quickly find out that he wrote a lot about black people and their eternal fight for freedom and human rights, simply equality. You can also relate it in the poem, for example, fester like a sore and then run. Black people would like a sore and then run back then. Because of the lack of humanity from the white people, there wasn't really anything else to do.